Video games have been around for a long time. In the 1960s, a couple of students from Massachusetts Institute of Technology made the very first one called Computer Space. Eventually, many others evolved from it and the industry of video games was born. From the first Mario game developed for the arcade cabinet to multiplayer mode of Mario Tennis Aces, let's talk about how the little-known game became a multi-billion-dollar franchise that millions of people play worldwide. This is the history of Mario and how it has impacted popular culture in the United States and around the world. Before Mario came the company that founded it, Nintendo. Nintendo was established in 1889 and started as a company began by Fusajiro Yamauchi that manufactured Hanafuda gambling cards. Yamauchi later handed down his company to his grandson Hiroshi, who took over in 1956 and later transformed the company into a giant video game industry. When Hiroshi saw the success of Atari in the 1970s, he looked to create another game console that would be just as successful as Atari. In 1977, Nintendo created the Color TV game console that sold 3 million copies in 3 years. This success encouraged Hiroshi to create another video game called Radarscope. Radarscope was the next game created by Nintendo. Nintendo produced 3,000 Radarscope cabinets for distribution in the United States. Unfortunately, American arcade vendors saw the similarity of it with Space Invaders and Radarscope only sold 1,000 cabinets. This was Hiroshi's biggest failure. Rather than giving up, he turned to his artist Shigeru Miyamoto to help create a game to appeal to Americans. Shigeru Miyamoto first created the Mario character in Donkey Kong in 1981. Donkey Kong was an arcade game where a carpenter tries to save his girlfriend from a gorilla. The game was such a hit that they created Donkey Kong Jr. In 1983, Nintendo released the Family Computer Console in Japan and later released it as the Nintendo Entertainment System in the United States in 1986. The system was launched with 17 games, including Super Mario Bros. By 1988, Super Mario Bros.' popularity exploded in the American market. In the 3 decades since, Mario has appeared in over 200 games, including new characters such as a giant spiked turtle called Bowser, Mario's brother Luigi, Princess Peach of the Mushroom Kingdom, along with many other well-known figures. Nintendo has released many sequels of the games over generations of consoles, such as Game Boy, Nintendo DS, Wii, and many other systems, and has sold over 240 million copies. The development of the Mario franchise has helped it impact lives and influence cultural norms. The history of Mario games is not only important, but its effect on popular culture in the United States and around the world is salient as well. Mario's introduction to the gaming industry has changed American cultural norms significantly. When Mario had his first game in 1986, he was not very well known, and 30-some-odd years later, his image is ultimately recognizable throughout the United States. So, why was he so well known, and how did this popularity grow quickly in the last 30 or so years since his first game? How did he go from a humble plumber to a celebrity? Well, his character of a white heterosexual working class man and his averageness gave him his iconic figure, which made him an important figure in American culture. Mario's presence in video games helped inspire other creators to create games based on his influence. One example is the game called Braid. Japan's success at marketing Mario as a humble plumber who was to save a princess from an evil turtle made him so well known. Mario has fit into American popular culture very well since he was marketed as an ordinary citizen that everyone could relate to. By 1990, American children were more familiar with Mario than Mickey Mouse. His famous catchphrase, "It's a me," became so well known in the United States that even with those who had never played his games recognized him. Before Mario, Americans had only heard of games such as Space War or other remakes of the Atari. Mario was a different game because it was the world's first platform platformer that also weaved a beautiful story. People were able to feel that they were Mario because of his unique, typical-looking character. He is not only famous in video games, but also was popular in the meme culture. The way his story developed has turned Mario into numerous memes. Some memes, such as Mario breaking bricks with his hand but dying to a Goomba, have been popular because people share the amazement of video game logic. Mario was not only successful in the United States, but also throughout the world. The way Nintendo made Mario was that they made him into a star. He became the default character in all of the games he is in. He had no particular strengths or weaknesses and was seen as what everyone could connect to. He was so famous that even the Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, dressed up as Mario in the 2016 Summer Olympics in Rio for its closing ceremony. Mr. Abe did not dress up as Mario to market video games. He represents all the artistic and technological innovations for which the Japanese economy is internationally known for. Mario is so well known in Japan that people dress up as Mario characters and race in go-karts. He's known across the world because it connects us together with the same sentiment: joy. We are more connected culturally through Mario, although he is a fictional plumber in the Mushroom Kingdom. His games have come a long way, and his history and cultural impact on American and world culture changed millions of lives.